I just did a little shopping and I thought today would be a great day to start decorating my front porch for fall. So coming around the corner, I know our lighting isn't great right now, and you can definitely tell that my supertunias have been neglected. Not only that, we had a huge windstorm come through and absolutely wind whipped this side especially, and this poor hanging basket, well, it used to be a hanging basket, it's about done. This side, you can see it was a little more protected. Everything's looking a little better over here. I haven't been shy about explaining that it's hard for me to pull out really nice thriving plants when it's time to kind of decorate for fall. So I just naturally sort of start neglecting my flowers just a little bit, just to make that transition a little easier. I can still pull out a flower when it's time. I have no problem doing that, but just having them not be quite so pretty and thriving makes it a little easier to just pop them out. So of course I am going to leave the cone boxwoods. Those are looking really good, really healthy. I've been planning to leave those in there, especially for Christmas. I think that'll be really fun. But everything else is going to come out. The coleus, those are about done. They're just one hard frost away from wilting. And then the supertunias, even though those can usually go longer, these ones, especially on this side, are just, they've had it. The only thing I might try to keep and kind of implement into my fall porch design is the lemon coral sedum. I have one here and then one over on the other side there. And of course, over on this side, things are just looking really shabby. I haven't even come out and cleaned up after the windstorm, but there's just kind of debris everywhere. Things are just blown about. Pillows, we did have more pillows out here, and things have just been either tucked away or kind of scattered. This guy ended up just falling over. So I came out and just tipped it right side up and just stuck it in the corner for now. I had to find some shade. So I think what I'm going to do is split this project into 2 days. And the reason I'm doing that is because I actually want to take my 3 large containers that are out here right now and give them a nice spray paint. I talked about last spring that I was planning on replacing these containers next year, so I figure I'll just try to spray paint them and give them some new life. Plus I have some other containers I want to bring in for my fall porch, and they're black and kind of charcoal hued, and I think the brown that these containers are right now would kind of clash. Even though they won't be super noticeable, I just thought it'd be kind of fun to make them a little more cohesive. So I'm going to go ahead and start pulling the annuals, leaving everything except for the lemon coral sedum and the cone boxwoods, of course. Those are my centerpieces that I plan on having in there for the foreseeable future, definitely for Christmas. And I'm actually really excited to have a little green in my fall display this year. I might give them a little haircut, not too much. Then again, I might not. So we'll just see. I just want to get the porch to a nice blank slate state and get everything cleaned and just ready for tomorrow when I'll come in with flowers, pumpkins, all the works. All right, I think I'm going to spare you the gore of watching me pull these out, and we'll just skip right ahead to some empty containers. Let's take one last look at how the porch looks right now. All right, so for spray paint, I am doing this Rust-Oleum indoor-outdoor textured spray paint. Thank you, Lou. I like kind of the texture of it. I think it'll go nicely with the other containers I have planned, so I'll just get started. Okay, I used up both my cans of spray paint on these two, and I had a little bit left over. This is the guy that sits in the corner, so what I did is I just went around kind of the rim with the paint just to tone down, because that was kind of like an orangey brown color. You can see right there, that's exactly where I ran out. So I'll probably put that facing kind of the back corner until I can fix that up later, probably next spring, or replace the pots. But I think the paint definitely took down kind of the brown color, and this is going to look a lot better with the blacks and the charcoals. All right, it is the next day. I got everything kind of cleared off, cleaned up. I just wiped down the door. It's a little bit breezy out here today. Hopefully you can hear me okay. So now let me give you a look at just kind of how everything looks cleared out on the porch and then what I have to work with. All right, so front porch, I kind of just cleared everything out over here. Left a couple heavy items. I'll probably be moving those. But I moved our pots into the garage. They're still in there. They're ready to be moved back out. So now it's just kind of playing around and arranging things. Okay, so over here, this kind of gives you an idea of what all I have to work with. Let's start with our plants and our pumpkins. So I did go to 3 different places yesterday: Lowe's, a local garden center, and then I went to Walmart, and I actually had the best luck at Walmart, believe it or not. So Walmart, I got these white mums at Walmart, and then they had a sale going on. I got these 5 ornamental kale for $2 each. I'm assuming that maybe these were caught up in that windstorm that dried out my flowers. Maybe like a display overturned and they just said mark them down, because everything was pretty inexpensive. $2 for these are just little guys, and you know, they have some blooms, they have some buds. I know that it's recommended to buy your mums when they have mostly buds instead of full blooms like this. It just helps them to last longer. But to be honest, I didn't have a whole lot of luck with mums. There were some at Lowe's that I might go back for, so we'll just see. But I just love this kale. The kale's actually my favorite. All right, and then in terms of pumpkins, I always get 5 of the carving pumpkins, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for each member of our family so that we can carve our jack-o'-lanterns. And then I just got an assortment of different kind of fun little pumpkin squash gourd that are just kind of fun. My little daughter loves the white pumpkins or squash. And of course, I had to get one of these Cinderella pumpkins. So it'll be fun to arrange them. I don't know if I'm going to do any sort of pumpkin stacking or not. We'll just kind of have to see. What else? I do have some of those little decorative hay bales tucked in this bag, so I might use those. They're just kind of fun, just kind of cheapy, but they're great for kind of creating different layers and elevating things. So, and of course they have that nice fall straw vibe. Over here, these are the kind of black charcoal containers that I had extra, and I thought I'd bring them over and use them for our fall display. This pot is my favorite. I love it. I just think it's so cute. So it'll be kind of fun to play around. I even thought, you know, I could put this guy in here and kind of make a tiered arrangement of some kind. We'll just have to see. This doormat has lived its life. I think it's about done. I might fix it up and use it like in our garage or something. And eventually I'm going to order another nice doormat with the monogram J, maybe a black one with a white J. But for now, I got this inexpensive, just kind of neutral mat. And I thought I'd lay it on top of the black and white rug that I used for our summer porch. This rug has seen better days. It's really stained, but I figure with fall, kind of that rustic vibe, you can kind of get away with that. We'll see how it looks once I kind of lay it down, layer the doormats, and just kind of go from there. It's going to be pretty hidden with all the containers. Okay, and then this is my same fall wreath that I use every year. I like to reuse as much as I can. So it just needs a little fixing up. There's some things that are kind of falling off. And I have this tree color. This is for Christmas, but I thought it might be cool to try to use it and maybe cut some branches to kind of come out and make the wreath a little bit more impactful. So we'll see. This is a total experiment. It probably won't work out, but maybe it will. Okay, and then I have a strand of these little micro lights, and these are wonderful. I used lights in my last year fall display, just kind of on a whim, and it actually was the best thing because once we carved our jack-o'-lanterns, I could just take lights and kind of shove them inside the jack-o'-lanterns, and it lit them up so well, better than a little candle or a flameless candle. It was great. So I'm planning to do that again. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and start pulling out the boxwood containers from yesterday and then just kind of start arranging things and just seeing how everything feels, what works, what doesn't work, and just kind of go from there. It's just kind of experimental. All right, little haircut. Little haircut. Alright, so here we are. I really like actually having the 3 boxwoods all together right here on the porch. This area over here, I'm just going to keep the little, love seat chair, squish them together. We don't sit over there a whole lot, especially in the fall and winter. And this area is kind of just forgotten. We spend a lot of time on our back deck. So this feels really busy, really fun, very festive. I do need to cut down that pipe. I use those for my Christmas tree stands. The Christmas tree sits right down in that pipe and it's sticking up too high. So I need to cut that down. But for now, I think I'm going to start getting some soil in the empty containers, top off the boxwoods, and then start tucking in my remaining plants. All right, here is a rough layout of kind of where I want to put the plants. I like how I'm going with just kind of lighter mums this year, the yellow, the white, and then we've got these little touches of purple, but that actually gave me an idea, and I think I might try to kind of utilize some of my summer annuals. So out back on my deck, I have a purple fountain grass I think would be super cool right here, bring some height, bring more of that purple color, and then I do have some super petunias, purples and whites that I might try and just stick kind of in the background so that if they do, succumb to the cold, it won't be like up front. We'll see. So I'm gonna go back there and start digging those up. Woo! I won't say that was easy, but we got it. And look, there's even a potato from my sweet potato vine. All right, here we go. I'm dirty. I'm extremely dirty. I have dirt all over my face. But I have things about how I want them. So I'm going to do a few final touches, water things in, add the lights, and then I'm going to wait till a little later this evening when our lighting's a little better, and I'll show you how it came together. All right, porch is all done. I'm really happy with how it turned out. It's cute, very festive, nothing too crazy, just some pretty plants, pretty lights, and pumpkins. So let's take a look. find that arranging is kind of like a puzzle. I just have to keep playing with things and figure out what I prefer and just kind of what works for me. So we did a little mini pumpkin stack here, and of course in the containers with the boxwoods. I didn't do a backside, so there's nothing around back. We don't ever see the backsides. We don't need to waste plants, but we did our kale, our little mums, another kale, and just kind of did that pattern. I really love the yellow, the purple, and of course I love the green. I think the purple fountain grass brings a really nice texture to the area. I did one here, and then I went back and grabbed my other one and put it right in here. No dirt in this one, so I'm not really sure what it's going to do, if it's going to kind of dry out, turn yellow. If it does, that's fine. It'll just add to our fall look. Of course, I did add lights. I like to make things twinkle. I don't love the cord. If I had fairy lights, you know, with the thin copper, it might not stand out so much, but it doesn't bother me. But that would be an option. Okay, as for my super petunias that I pulled from the back deck, I'm not sure if these are going to bounce back or not. I'm curious to see. I like how they kind of cascade down. If they don't work there, I'll either pop them out and put just like a pumpkin, maybe grab a couple more mums from the store, or I might put this football up there. We are a football family, so I saw this lying over on the couch and I thought, you know, I'm just gonna set it right here. I love this container. These mums look so happy. I did just kind of tuck the lights right down in the blooms, and at night it really makes them glow. I try to do my best to just water right underneath here, so I'm not, you know, pouring water on, you know, lights and cords and things. For my wreath, I just went with my good old trusty wreath, and I think it works just fine. It has all the fall colors, textures that I like, and I figured if it's not broke, don't fix it and just go with what works. For our seating area, I kept it really simple. I did pull one of the little ottomans from our back deck and some of the striped pillows. Some of these we had out here when I set up our summer porch, and I did add in, this is just a little cheapy Walmart sunflower pillow that I've had for years. I thought it added a nice fall flair. Really simple. We don't sit out here a whole lot, but I figure it makes the porch look a little more welcoming. I love decorating my porch for fall. It's just such a happy, festive scene that greets me as soon as I pull into my driveway every day. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.